I'm proud of Terence Crawford. Proud of him. But you know, after the fight, after all...
The idea of Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford fighting each other has everyone in the boxing world buzzing. It's all anyone can talk about, whether you're a casual fan or a die-hard boxing expert. The thought of these two top fighters finally facing off has people fired up, and the debates about who would win are nonstop. Canelo, but recent events surrounding Crawford have stirred the pot. Even a lot of people are questioning if Crawford is truly ready to face someone like Canelo. But now that Floyd Mayweather is training him, some think he might be up for it. Still, Canelo isn't backing down. He's confident that no matter who's in Crawford's corner, it won't change how things go down in the ring. I think Canelo has the edge because of his size and weight. He's definitely the bigger fighter. But when it comes to skills and boxing IQ, Crawford can hang with anyone and probably even do better. Crawford's always been a standout with his sharp technique, quick instincts, and pure determination, which has helped him build an amazing legacy, like being undisputed in 2 weight classes. But moving up in weight brings new challenges, and Crawford himself has said that. Recently, after his fight with Israel Madoff, where he claimed the WBA super welterweight title, many fans and critics started questioning whether he's losing some of the traits that made him so. Crawford won with a unanimous decision, but it wasn't the type of performance fans are used to. He looked a bit slower at times, and people started to wonder if the extra weight was affecting his usual speed and sharpness. For a fighter like Crawford, who relies on precision and quickness, any sign of slower movement raises some alarms, especially when thinking about a future fight with someone like Canelo. I think a lot of Canelo's fans believe that if he loses to Crawford, there will be no excuses, and it would be a big hit to his legacy. If Canelo beats Crawford, it'll be a huge win for him, beating one of the top fighters of this era. But there won't be any easy excuses if he loses. Canelo should win this fight, and he knows it. He's worked hard for years to become one of the biggest stars in boxing, taking on some of the toughest challenges. He's won titles in different weight classes and taken down some of the best fighters out there. Still, one of the few losses on his record came in 2013 when he faced Floyd Mayweather. That fight with Mayweather was a big moment in Canelo's career. Mayweather's defense and strategy kept Canelo from doing what he wanted in the ring. But Canelo has come a long way since then. He's confident now, saying he's a completely different fighter. "There's nothing they can do to figure me out," he said. He doesn't think Crawford, or anyone trained by Mayweather, will be a real threat today. Canelo's made it clear. He's
that I favor Canelo is that is his weight, and that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do.
Ready for whatever comes next. Fighter Mayweather, defeated all those years ago, is no longer the same man. His confidence is rooted in his evolution as a fighter, having added new layers to his game from improved defense to better movement and ring generalship. For Canelo, facing Crawford would be just another opportunity to showcase how far he's come. Crawford's decision to train with Floyd Mayweather has definitely got people talking. It sparked curiosity about how Mayweather's influence will shape his style. Floyd is one of the greatest boxers ever, and he's got a lot of experience to offer. His skill in reading opponents and exploiting their weaknesses is unmatched. Crawford has been really impressed with what he's learning from the retired champs. "Training with Floyd has really helped me sharpen my mindset and approach," Crawford said. "I'm learning things that can help me against anyone." Floyd being in Crawford's camp is a reminder of his own win over Canelo, and it's obvious he's trying to pass on the same mindset and strategy that worked for him. But even with all that knowledge, there's no guarantee it'll be enough to beat someone like Canelo. Crawford knows that even with all his skills and experience, it might not be enough to beat someone like Canelo. He's also aware of the challenges that come with moving up in weight, especially when fighting against naturally bigger opponents. Looking back at his recent fight with Madumo, he said, "I'm used to fighting bigger guys, and every step up brings new challenges. I didn't feel my best, but I still got the win." While that victory added another title to his collection, it made fans wonder if Crawford's body can handle the higher weight classes without any issues. Crawford's move up in weight has people wondering if he's losing some of what makes him so special. Looking at Mayweather's career gives us something to compare. Floyd finished his career undefeated with a 50-0 record, beating legends like Manny Pacquiao, Oscar de la Hoya, Miguel Cotto, and of course, Canelo Alvarez. But even with all that success, Mayweather never became an undisputed champion in any weight class, something Crawford has done in two. That difference shows just how much Crawford has accomplished in a way Mayweather never did. Both Crawford and Mayweather have accomplished a lot in their careers, but this adds a new twist to Crawford's connection with Floyd. Floyd's advice might help Crawford sharpen his skills, but at the end of the day, it's up to Crawford to prove himself in the ring. As for Canelo, he doesn't think Mayweather's involvement changes much. He respects Floyd's legacy, but he's confident that he would beat him if they fought again. Floyd is one of the greatest. He's so good, Canelo said, but he still believes he can win. Right now, I'm not the same Canelo he faced, Canelo said with confidence. It would be a good fight, but I'm older now. If it was my prime against the current me, I'd take him out. Canelo firmly believes in how much he's grown and sees Crawford as just another challenge to figure out. Maybe a little less, maybe 150 million. But let's make sure Terence gets his cut too, Canelo laughed. No, he'll get paid. He's going to get his. The talk of a potential fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez is definitely starting to heat up. The idea of Canelo and Crawford fighting has been a hot topic for years, with fans and experts eagerly speculating about when it might happen. After all the back and forth, it seems like it's finally happening. Turkish promoter Alec, based in Saudi Arabia, has reportedly sealed the deal that boxing fans have been waiting for. While Canelo and Crawford haven't made an official announcement yet, Bernie Davis, a key member of Crawford's team, has confirmed the fight is on. It's happening, he said, giving fans something to get excited about.
Straight like that. Bud is way more Bud is a way more tactician. He's way more skilled than both of those dudes that was in the ring last night. He's way more skilled.
My prediction? Canelo will walk him down, and Crawford will focus a lot on his defense. This fight is anything but typical. It's being billed as a David versus Goliath showdown, with Crawford stepping up to 168 pounds, a weight he's never fought at before. While this might seem like a big risk, Crawford has never shied away from a challenge. His knockout win over Errol Spence Jr. showed he's one of the best. But facing Canelo at super middleweight? That's a whole new test. When Bernie Davis talked about the fight, his confidence was obvious. His bold statement, "It's Crawford versus Canelo, not the other way around," made it clear that Team Crawford sees this as their chance to shine. Davis even predicted that Crawford would become the next super middleweight champion, showing how big this fight is. Just like that, he said, Bud's on a whole different level. He's a way better tactician and much more skilled than both of those guys. Crawford showed off his skills in the ring last night, proving he's on another level. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez has kept his spot at the top of the super middleweight division. His wins over Jamie Munguia and Caleb Plant showed just how versatile and adaptable he is. Those fights proved why he's considered one of the most dangerous fighters out there. At first, Canelo wasn't keen on facing Crawford, but it looks like he's changed his mind, likely influenced by Alec, who's known for making some of boxing's boldest moves. Crawford moving up to 168 pounds isn't just about chasing success. It's about proving that talent is what truly matters, not size. "I'm going to feel great at this weight," Crawford said, brushing off the doubts about his ability to compete in the super middleweight division. Confidence has always been one of his strong suits, and it's clear he's bringing that same mindset into this fight. Even though some critics question whether his skills will translate to a heavier weight, Crawford isn't letting it faze him. He's ready and unshaken. Atio's step into Canelo's domain is ALS also fueled by Crawford's hunger to test his limits. "It's about testing yourself," he said. "Canelo is one of the greatest, and this is my chance to show I belong at the top." This mindset is what Crawford is the type of fighter who thrives on challenges. Instead of taking the easy route, he's always looking for ways to push himself, even if it means stepping into unfamiliar territory with a bigger, more seasoned opponent. Now, with Floyd Mayweather in his corner, there's even more buzz around his chances. Mayweather could help give Crawford a mental and tactical advantage. However, Crawford and his team know that matching Mayweather's success against Canelo isn't going to be simple. Canelo has grown stronger and sharper over the years, making this upcoming battle one of the toughest yet. Canelo has come a long way since that loss, and he's now a much stronger, more complete fighter. Now, with the Sheik willing to pay whatever it takes to make the fight happen, things are getting really interesting. This isn't just a typical boxing match, it's a massive event. Thanks to Turkey Al Sheik's financial backing, this fight is going to be much bigger than a championship bout.
They want the fight. They don't want to get credit for that fight. It's the same for me. I don't need to take that fight because then everybody's going to say, it's too small, it's too small, it's too small.
And to grab global attention. Al Sheik's support only adds to the excitement, making it clear that this fight is going to be one for the history books. The rise of Saudi Arabia in the boxing world has been hard to ignore, with the country becoming a go-to place for big, high-profile fights. For Crawford, having Al Sheik's support has been a game-changer in making his fight with Canelo a reality. One of the biggest stories leading up to this match is the weight difference. Crawford has been dominant at welterweight, but taking on someone like Canelo, who's a natural super middleweight, is a whole different ballgame. Canelo brings serious power, sharp fight IQ, and tons of experience at higher weight classes, making him a tough challenge for Crawford. Canelo's natural size and experience in the higher weight classes definitely give him an edge. However, Crawford's skills and ability to adapt have many people believing he can level the playing field. When it seemed like Canelo wasn't interested in the fight, Crawford's team quickly dismissed any worries about the weight difference. Bernie Davis, a close part of Crawford's team, put it simply, it's like climbing a mountain, going up against a giant like Canelo. Team Crawford is incredibly confident going into this fight. They believe that Crawford's ability to stay calm, adjust on the fly, and his solid preparation will give him the edge to pull off what many see as an upset. But Canelo Alvarez is taking this fight very seriously. Known for his disciplined training and non-stop work ethic, Canelo is gearing up for Crawford with the same focus that has made him so successful. His ability to dominate across different weight classes proves just how tough and well-rounded he truly is. Fighters in boxing today facing a naturally smaller, faster opponent like Crawford might require adjustments, but Canelo has proven time and time again that he's more than capable of adapting to different styles. Even though the fight isn't officially confirmed by either fighter yet, the excitement surrounding it is hard to ignore. If the rumored September 13th date in Las Vegas turns out to be true, fans can expect an unforgettable promotional build-up. The clash between Crawford's boldness and Canelo's dominance is more than just about weight classes. It's about legacies and what's at stake. Canelo Alvarez isn't one to hold back when sharing his thoughts on potential opponents. His opinions on David Benavidez give us an insight into his mindset as one of the biggest names in boxing. Canelo Alvarez has made it clear why he's not giving David Benavidez a fight. He doesn't like the constant pressure and what he sees as disrespect. While most fighters would move on after being turned down, Benavidez has kept calling him out, not accepting no as an answer. But this approach might have backfired, as Canelo feels it's a sign of disrespect, something he values a lot in any negotiation. When asked about fighting Benavidez, Canelo didn't seem interested at all, making it clear he doesn't see it happening anytime soon. Going to fight no time soon. Who you think will win, man? That's hard to say. I think both have pros and cons. I feel like the things that Canelo does better than David, there's things that David does better than Canelo. In a way, I'm not comparing it to this fight, but it's like when someone approaches you like that, you don't need to give them any money. Canelo explained the statement reflects his belief that box is more than just about stepping into the ring. It's about mutual respect and...
What about Canelo and Crawford? What do you think?
That's going to be a great fight, too. I can't believe they made that happen. Turkey's been making a lot of great fights happen. You can't really hate on it. But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo is so big, so strong.
David Benavidez has been pushing hard for a fight with Canelo Alvarez, accusing him of avoiding the matchup and even questioning his legacy. He's also bragged about his success sparring with Dimitri Bivol, the man who handed Canelo one of his rare losses. But instead of backing down, Canelo's frustration with Benavidez has only grown. For him, it's not just about the trash talk, it's about respect. Canelo has always stepped up to fight the best in every weight class, proving himself time and again. He's done more than enough to earn the respect of the boxing world, including Gennady Golovkin, Sergey Kovalev, and Caleb Plant, solidifying his legacy as one of the greatest fighters of this generation. What Canelo Alvarez feels like he's done it all in the boxing world and doesn't have anything left to prove, especially to someone like David Benavidez, who he doesn't think has earned the chance to fight him. While Benavidez keeps pushing for a match, Canelo is focused on bigger challenges, and Terence Crawford is now at the top of his list. What stands out about Crawford is how respectful and professional he's been in trying to make this fight happen. Canelo has noticed this, and he respects how Crawford has approached the situation. Crawford has made it clear that he wants to face Canelo, and Canelo respects that. He mentioned how, even though he didn't make as much money fighting some other big names, except for Mayweather and even Berlanga, Crawford could earn more in a fight with him. Despite the excuses from others about why they don't want to take on Canelo, Crawford's challenge stands out. This respect between the two has built up the hype for what could be one of boxing's most exciting matchups. Still, Crawford moving up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo has raised some doubts, with many wondering if the former undisputed champ is ready for such a huge challenge. Some critics question whether a welterweight champion like Crawford can handle the size and power of Canelo at 168 pounds. But Crawford isn't bothered by the doubts. He's always believed in testing himself against tough challenges. "That's what great fighters do," he said, showing his confidence and belief in his own abilities. He's focused on proving that he can rise to the occasion. When people keep bringing up the fight with Canelo, Crawford finds it strange, since he would have to gain around 20 pounds. Still, he knows that this is the big money fight, the one everyone's talking about, and that's what makes it so exciting. That's the only thing that makes sense for Terence Crawford. Well, you know what I mean. Catch White Crawford's rise in boxing has been anything but easy for much of his career. He was locked into a contract with Top Rank, which limited his ability to secure fights with the best opponents in his division. Despite this, he managed to dominate the welterweight division and become the first undisputed champion in the weight class in decades. His move up to face Alvarez is not just about chasing greatness. It's about Terence Crawford is all in on proving he's one of boxing's all-time greats. He's made it clear he wants to face Canelo, and for him, each fight helps build his legacy. "Every fight in my career makes my legacy better," he said, showing just how much he's dedicated to his craft. As he gets ready for this big challenge, he's focused on adjusting to the new weight class. "I'm going to feel great at 168, he said, confident that no challenge is too big for him. He's ready to step up and prove he's one of the best, no matter what it takes. Fighters struggle with the physical adjustments required to move up and weight. Crawford believes his adaptability and ring IQ will give him an edge. "I'm the type of guy who likes to feel my fighters out and adjust to what they're doing. That's my greatest attribute," he explained. Crawford's ability to adjust mid-fight has been a hallmark of his career. It's a skill that has allowed him to outthink and outmaneuver some of the best fighters in the world. Canelo, he knows he'll need to be at his best, but he's confident that his boxing brain will make the difference. "Man, we're going to see come fight time what my advantage is," Crawford said his belief in. Terence Crawford's confidence in his abilities is rock solid, even with the massive challenge of facing Canelo Alvarez ahead. Behind the scenes, a key figure has been working hard to make this fight happen: Turkish businessman Turki Alek. Known for his deep involvement in boxing, Alek has played a huge role in bringing these two champions together for what will be an epic showdown. Crawford has expressed his gratitude, saying, "I'm really thankful for what Turki has done in boxing. He's the one making all the big fights happen." The only way Canelo Alvarez might go easy on Terence Crawford is if the money's right, if he's paid enough to make it look like a competitive fight. But if that's not the case, Crawford could be in for a tough night. Turki Alek's role has been huge in getting this fight to happen. He's not